Hi again.
Hello, hello. It is August 18th, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss Only Fools Rush In. It begins with a quote by Epictetus. A good person is invincible, for they don't rush into contests in which they aren't the strongest. If you want their property, take it. Take also their staff, profession, and body. But you will never compel what they set out for, nor trap them in what they would avoid. For the only contest the good person enters is that of their own reasoned choice. How can such a person not be invincible? Shall we break it down a little bit?
Let's do it again.
Okay. A good person is invincible, for they don't rush into contests in which they aren't the strongest.
So they would only go into. Well, they would only. So that says they will only rush into context that they are confident that they would win.
Yeah, like maybe they know their lane.
Sure.
So they're not.
So they might go into the other places. They're just not rushing into it.
Right.
They're saying, "Oh, I need to learn perhaps about this before I
Right.
go into it." So they're not rushing. They might risk it, and they might take the
the
risk.
last place prize
Sure,
as like,
but
well, that
they-
was my gold medal, was to get last place in this thing because I'm working on my skills there.
I'm learning and I'm not rushing into it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's drumming up like the idea of patience for me. If you want their property, take it. Take also their staff, profession, and body. But you will never compel what they set out for, nor trap them in what they would avoid. So he's just saying, like, they're strong. Like, you can't fuck with them. Like, you can't fuck with a person who is secure and stable in themselves, who's not, like, blown by the wind of this way or that way. Like, what's popular, what's going to get me status, what's going to get me famous and acclaim, or, you know, this is what a lot of people are driven for, and so they're easily manipulated. But if you are secure and strong in yourself and you know what your lane is and you can't be swayed, then you become invincible.
Whatever invincible means, but sure. Maybe not affected or something, or not as much affected. Yeah.
And I love this because you know that I am not like the biggest fan of the phrase fast or like quick to market, like fast to market. Although I respect and I understand where that phrase comes from and like what it's pointing at there, I can like understand. But as like somebody who's like is my own like small business owner, having other people say that to me, like, well, you got to be quick to market, feels like somebody else is dictating to me what contest I should be in at what time. And then if I'm not, I've been like very sensitive to that, and I've been swayed by it to the point of like, now I go and I question myself. Am I going too slow? Am I not going fast enough? Like, and I will get in my head just going through this and like agonizing, creating agony for myself because
Yeah, I don't think that those people mean
they don't
something.
they don't know this is what is happening in
They
me.
just saying always be fast with everything, right?
Right, and I'm the type of person that I'm
And
I'm
you're
so
already
fast.
and you're saying I'm already fast.
What I'm saying is like I'm so fast that my life task is to slow the fuck down. Because I'm too fast. I'm jumping the gun at things. Then I'm not like, I am the person who is rushing into contests in which I'm not the strongest. And I'm saying, I'll win this contest. And then misery happens. I don't win the contest, but I wanted to. So like this whole thing for me is a very big lesson. And my lesson is actually, no, slow down. Figure out what my lane is. Don't feel like I have to rush into the contest before I'm ready. I can make a reasoned choice to rush into this, but maybe I don't expect to win because I'm growing my skills in this area or whatever the case is. But I can see that there's this arc of transformation that I feel like I'm sort of in the middle of at the moment, because it wasn't too long ago that I was feeling more unstable about the whole thing, just rushing from this place to that place. And it started to feel a little bit like, oh, I can feel the pace that I ought to be moving at. I can feel like the pace of the flow of my lane right now. And it's actually a little bit slower than how I was like almost frantically moving. It felt like a year ago or 2 years ago or something. Like and now it feels much calmer.
So you do.
Yeah, I know when people say that to me, like they're not trying to tell me to go faster than is wise to go. They're just saying going fast is important. And
you're already saying back, I'm already going as fast as I can.
And I'm saying I'm maybe even going too fast and I'm tripping over myself in the process. And it's producing bad results, and it's not sustainable either to go that fast, because then you get burned out and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Ryan? One of the most fundamental principles of martial arts is that strength should not go against strength. That is, don't try to beat your opponent where they are strongest. But that's exactly what we do when we try to undertake some impossible task we haven't bothered to think through. Or we let someone put us on the spot. Or we say yes to everything that comes our way. Some people think that choosing your battles is weak or calculating. How could reducing the amount of times we fail or minimizing the number of needless injuries inflicted upon us be weak? How is that a bad thing? As the saying goes, discretion is the better part of valor. The Stoics call it reasoned choice. That means be reasonable. Think hard before choosing, and make yourself unbeatable. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's what happens when we try to undertake some impossible task we haven't bothered to think through. Like, how many times has that happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of just like, oh, this sounded exciting until it's actually on my plate. And now it's like, how the fuck am I going to do this?
My little nephews, they're like, hey dude, do you want to go play some little floor hockey right now? Here's a stick, come on, bud. And I go, yeah, okay, And all of a sudden, it's like a mission impossible to play against these kids, right? Because they're so good. You're like, oh, shoot, what did I take on?
This one too.
I mean, that one's the funny one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still legit.
Yeah.
This one, he says, or we let someone put us on the spot. God damn, that's so hard. Because that happens. You know, like, sometimes you feel put on the spot by someone or something, and
yeah, they ask you, do you want this? Do you want this right now?
Or not even.
I don't even know.
Right.
I haven't had a chance to even think about it.
But not even like. Sometimes
like,
it's not like put you on the spot to make a decision. Sometimes they might put you on the spot to perform or.
Yeah. We need help over here. Come on, let's go. I've never done it. That's okay. Come on.
What do you think? What do you think about this?
What do you think about this? Tells me that, you know what this tells me? This tells me that not every question needs an answer right away. That's what they'll tell me.
Right. Well,
that's a great question. Let me think about it.
I'm so interested in this skill because I feel like
improvise here and tell you a bunch of stuff that I have no concept of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are people like. I know people who they just kind of seem like very strong in and of themselves. Like, feel free to try to put them on the spot. That's none of their business. They're not trying to get, versus me, like I would be trying to get people to stop putting me on the spot because I don't have the skills to deal with it.
Right.
But I know people who, no, feel free, put me on the spot as much as you want, but I'm not going to let you control my participation in this conversation.
Right.
That's still my reasoned choice, essentially, to say I choose how I show up here, even though you are making it clear that you want something very specific from me with how you're putting me on the spot with this.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, this is a really good one. I definitely can feel that I'm shaky in this area. So.
Cool. All right. Till tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks for tuning in today, and we will see you here tomorrow.